Welcome to Ron Wayno's Dead Sled Customs.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Von Wayne coming at you from Dead Sled Customs. I had to go today and get a welding bottle, so I had to take a quick trip into town. But I figured I'd nope, my fucking phone stand wants to do some crazy shit. I figured I'd take you guys on a little cruise here, and we'll get back to the house soon here. And don't sound right. I've been messing with this exhaust, and so this car here that I'm driving is a 2014 Ford Mustang. It's got the 3.7 liter in it. I put like 3 bomb tunes, one for race, one for street, and one for emissions. I put long tube BBK, I think it was 2.5 inch long exhaust manifold, pretty much. So headers, long tube headers, and so it's pretty loud, and I like that. I like all my shit real fucking loud and obnoxious. If you don't see me, you're gonna hear me, you know. So plus it's raining. It's a nice day to be out. I could do some fishtailing and 360s and Rockfords and all that shit. So I get to have a little fun today, which is nice. Get nice and sideways around the turns. It's always fun. I love doing lefts more than rights. I favor the lefts. So we're pretty much about 3 minutes away from my house, and then I'll show you guys everything that we still have to do and that I accomplished so far. So I feel like the exhaust on this thing is too close to the body, and it's shaking a little. When I start it up, I can hear a little vibration and shit. I gotta check it out. I think one of my heat shields is loose. I could hear it. So another cool thing when you're driving, if you get a rock in your tire, you can go by a curb and you can hear which side it's on. So that's another cool thing. So anyway, this has got the long tube header. It's got a bomb tune. It's got, of course, a cold air intake. I actually took the upper and lower plenum off before they started producing them, and I poured and polished it. Pretty much just poured it. Didn't have to polish it because it's fucking like plastic or whatever the fuck. Composite, some shit. So then I put a Barton short throw shifter in it, and I put like fucking meaty ass like 4-link bars in it for traction, and I did a nice I don't know what to call it. You call it a, I don't know. It just gussied up the whole frame pretty much. And other than that, I think that's all I did to her. Pretty sure. Oh, it's got a stage 3 spec clutch, and I sent my transmission out to Ben Calamar out in Pennsylvania. He rebuilds the MT82 transmission, which Ford produced from 2010 to 2015, I believe it was. And instead of putting it's not bronze, it's fucking copper or something. Instead of putting copper synchros, they put plastic, and they wear out, and then you can't shift no more. And then you can put the same shit back in it and have the same problem, or you fucking have a good trans guy, which Ben Calamar, he specializes in the MT82 transmission for the 6 and the 8. And he did a stage 2 build on mine, and I've loved it ever since. Same rear gear, which is perfect for highway and in town. So here's the Stinger. So pretty much she was all black, and we had a new law passed where we didn't need a new license plate in the front. So I wanted to do some body work here and there where it needed it. This used to be all, I got a video on my YouTube. Started with black, and then in the clear coat, first clear coat I put red metal flake in it. And then if you could see, it's about a 70% coverage, and then you go to about a 60% coverage into nothing. So I got into vehicle wrapping last year to make some side cash and to broaden my horizon. Instead of having to paint the whole car inside and out, you just do a nice quick wrap. This is for your daily driver here. Protects your paint from UV rays, all that stuff. Instead of your original paint getting scratched and fucked up, you put a wrap on it. It protects your original paint and the sun damage that it causes to black paint. And you could change your color every year, which is amazing. I love that. You don't have to worry about chemicals, spraying it and anything like that. It's very nice. I enjoyed it. It's really hard to do, but once you get a hang of it, it's not too bad. So here, I've had this go-kart body for about a year, and I wanted to build it last year, didn't get to it. So this year, I this last weekend, had some, back issues all of a sudden from, I had a pretty intense crash on a snowmobile this year, which was totally my fault, and that's just me going wild on the stuff, which is hard for me not to do, but whatever. So I was trying to get my back to heal, but I can't slow down, so I just had to build something else instead of work on the cars. So I got this out of storage. It had a nice big crack here. As you can see, all the opening spots are the spots that I had to patch with fiberglass. So pretty much what I did was, this had a nice big crack right here, and then this whole chunk was missing. And then if you could see, this had a big old crack. Now it didn't look like that prior. What I did was I did a V-cut in, and I opened all the cut up. And then I took this panel and I actually sanded it so much in so it has a lot of room for this fiberglass mesh to lay into, and all I would have to do is sand it minimally to start my body work instead of taking most of it off by not doing that. And then once this is, even how it is right now, I'm going to take the body off and do the same thing on the inside, and then that'll be a perfectly structural repair. After that, then we start with the regular body work. I really want to redo all the stickers and decals and make it how it was, but I've been looking online and I cannot find anything for this thing. The only thing I could think of doing, which is very time consuming, is to do pretty much, you take translucent paper and you do a stencil out of it, a rubbing, and you keep that, and then when you redo it, you take pictures, you make sure you do your spacing right, and then you redo the stickers by just painting them on, which is doable, possible, but I would rather have the stickers, but I can't find them, so I'll probably end up either doing that or just doing a different paint scheme altogether and just make it into like kind of a, Von Wayno paint scheme, I guess. Make it my own, I don't know. But that's that. And then I got a 61. This is so the one that has the single engine is just a Fox cart. And these were produced in Wisconsin somewhere close to me. And this one's called a Fat Boy. And I think the reason why it's called a Fat Boy is because it's got the dual engine, and it's got these as well. to stiffen up the front of the frame. I don't know what the hell that thing is. But I just picked this up this last weekend, and they're very rare, and I've built a lot of go-karts, and I love these chassis. These chassis are the best chassis. I don't know what it is. They're not very big. They're kind of scrunchy when you get in them, but they're the best. They're the most durable, and I trust them the most, really, at high speeds. I take these things to like 60, 70 miles an hour, and then I'm going to do a dual engine on this one, so this one's going to probably hit 90, if not 80. I don't know. We'll see. Think about doing either two 212 racing engines or two 224s, two 224 cc's, and then of course I'll ungovern them and deck the head and all that shit to get some more power out of it. So that's that. Then this one, this is going to be an up and coming on the channel. This is a 49 Mercury, and the chop in the rear wasn't complete, so I had to make sure I like the slant on it, put the window where it needed to be. I welded that all up, and now that's into body work. So I got that into body work. I slowly took every panel and I sanded all the panels from the trunk, the whole surround, even the two doors here, and I ground them down to bare metal, made sure there was no rust or nothing, and then I primed them real good. Gave them two good coats of primer, and I did the same thing on this side, and I only got to this quarter, and then I got to do the doors, and I got to do the front fenders and the hood. I sanded down the roof, so that's all bare metal. Other than that, that's about it on her for now. So we got Brutus, the 1941 Chevy truck here, and I put the doors from my donor car on this, and because this has got glass and it's got all the inner workings and everything, the other doors didn't have that. It was more farm style. So I know this one's a little messed up. It's got some cracks, but I'm trying to locate a new glass for her for that side. And we're slowly putting her back together. We're getting there. So that looks like it's all water there. I don't want any water retention. It's okay if a little water gets in, but I don't want it sitting in there, because that's what causes all the problems. So she needs some seals, things like that. But I got her fenders mounted from her donor. I didn't pop that dent out yet. That's a pretty gnarly one. But I did pop this big ass dent out that was there, and then there was a couple other dents on this one. And then I located on eBay 41 Chevy truck headlight bucket. I had one from the original. This is the original that came with her, and then the grill came with her, and I'm slowly straightening it out, and I mounted the hood so. I got to bring in both the tops of these fenders to get my top grill piece to fit in here, and then little here and there, and that'll be done. And I cut a little bit here and there on the I hope that's not hitting. No. Okay. I was gonna get worried. I don't need that puncturing the damn radiator. So I'll take that belly pan, and I'll probably, this 41 was kind of, the frame was kind of messed with a little bit, and he did what he could to, you know, make it work with the big 500 Cadillac motor in it. So she got a nice big 1976 Cadillac 500 motor, and then it's got the Lakers that barely fit. I'm surprised I didn't have to cut those, which I'm glad I didn't. And other than that, I've been slowly working on Brutus, so he's all ready. Trucks for me are dudes, and then cars are girls. So if you ever hear, I always call the cars girls and the trucks are dudes. I don't know why. Oh, I forgot to fucking unattach my damn battery. This thing's got a draw, so if you leave that battery connected, you ain't gonna be able to start it. So I still gotta find some headlights. I still gotta find a couple little things for this. So I'm gonna pop my trunk here. And there's the welding jacket. Look at this, a funny hat from my parents when we'd go up to the old cabin and go hunting and stuff. Don't shoot. That's a good one. Then an old snowmobile outfit and my old hunting gear. So that's the welding bottle, and then we'll go in and I'll show you guys the progress on everything that we've been doing. So I had to do some cleaning up yesterday. This place was a pigsty. So we got the doors in, did the body work that I needed to, got it all looking really nice and lined up. Everything looks really straight. I got the front grill in. I took the fenders and the hood off for a little bit, and I wanted to work on the inner fenders. Got the grill on, got the fenders in place, got the hood on and actuating on its hinges, and I've been working on body work, trying to get everything straight and perfectly straight, just perfect gaps and everything, and still got to body work that filler panel, and we're slowly getting there on her. I primed that for the hood catch, and I'm slowly starting to prime things. So everything's in primer, everything's looking nice, brand new. And let's see here. So on the Zephyr, I cut this out. All I had to do was grind all the Bondo with it. This thing was all Bondo. And then he actually put like an inch of like 16 gauge, or no, it was like 20 gauge, so it was really flexible on the inner to make the surround. And then he just pretty much, it was just all Bondo. So I just ground all that down, and the welds were able to just pop that inner metal off after I ground it. Didn't have any structure left, so I just was able to take those out, throw them away, far away, so they don't have to hurt anybody else. Then for quick, because it's small, I took taped over it, made my template for driver's side and passenger side. Then if you see here where my metal is, and that's for the driver's side, passenger side. And this is all 18 gauge metal. I don't use 20 gauge. This is all an 18 gauge metal construction, sheet metal construction, and with the 3/16 round stock. So I got the hinge pockets done. Those are in place. Those are in body work. I got the round panel here for the inner. That's all done. That's in place. Everything's pretty much done, welded, except for the porthole delete. I got my headlights mocked up. Those are going to get cut out and put inward. These are the headlights. I had to make custom buckets because I didn't want to cut up the original fenders. So I made a couple brackets for the bottom of the glass, and this is for the top. That's from the car, from factory. But this is the final product here. So this will be your lens, and then your backlight. See? And then your little chrome piece that goes on the bottom for reflection purposes, and it also doubles as a turn signal light. So I wanted to make sure I added that back in. Then once those are mocked up and it's not raining out, I got to get the car out. I want to look at the headlights, make sure everything looks right to me. And then I got the tail lights going. So these are a really cool tail light. So those have to go into place. And then we got to still do side skirts. and we might do French and antennas still. So there's a couple little odds and ends still to do, but she's getting there. Definitely getting there. This door's pretty much worked. I did the inner on this one, so both of the doors on the bottom are rounded. So each surface is round, so it's just a great look. And then you got this beautiful looking, like, I love that shape that it made. Just a really cool shape there, like a rocket ship. So I'm happy with the way everything's turning out. She's up on her air ride right now. I had to charge the battery, and you know, the more you look at a car, the more you're gonna see. So there's one thing that I wanted to show you that I noticed on this ride. So if you look at that steering shaft, it's rubbing the header. Now what I was leading to believe is either the engine's too low or it's just the headers are too tight. There's a lot of ways to go about that. One, you could take the header off. You can mill down the mounting surface so you get a little clearance there, and then if you have a exhaust gasket, you could maybe put a thinner exhaust gasket, manifold gasket. But I wanted to put a gauge up here, and this looks like a very flat surface to me, this air filter. So I put it up there, and lo and behold, it's like almost 3 degrees off down on this side. So if I bet you, if I look, that engine mount is either over tightened or it's, you know, worn more than the passenger side. So if you take this and you put a brand new, you know, engine mount in it or bushing, it'll bring that back up to 0, which will then in turn, I believe, give you enough room for your steering shaft. So I found that out, and then there's a couple little things that I'm seeing that I want to fix, and you know, I always do that. I always try to just take a look and see what I can see. It's nice to stand back and just check everything out. So we got everything pretty much into body work. I took my time and I wanted to grind the whole area up to here down to bare metal, and the same thing here all the way back so far. And wherever my body work goes, I'm going to make sure that I bring the old body work away from my body work to slowly transition into the old. The only problem with going over old paint is you don't know if it's going to react to your stuff or if the paint underneath is adhering correctly. It's the only problem with that. So today, what I'm going to concentrate on is I'm going to grab the welding bottle out. I'm going to bring the welding bottle in here, and I'm going to finally get rid of those. I'll weld those up, portholes. Then those will be done. And then I really want to get this right out in the front so I can see how the headlights and taillights look, and if I like the placement, which I measured 10 times till Sunday on these. So first thing I did was I measured from the top to the side. Then I measured from, I believe, like one of those bolt holes to here, and then, you know, same thing on this side to make sure that the distance from here to here is the same. And then from that stage, I believe I took, I think it was this screw, and I went off the top of the half, right in the middle of this screw to the top of this, to make sure that this is equal distance from this point to the top point of this. Same thing here. And then from the point of the metal on the body to the top of this section here. And I just did a whole bunch of measuring. I even took this out. I made this to take, and I put it behind the sheet metal, pretty much like this. And if you see, those two tangs are in the exact same spot. As long as you're level, then your light should be symmetrical. So I just want to make sure, verify, bring it out, look it over, check it out, see if it looks good. Sure it does. And then we'll continue on with the headlights, get those done. So I'm going to do a video with you guys on Frenching a headlight. So that'll be a nice little video. I'm kind of tired of just doing update videos and not doing some work. So we're going to do some work on the next video here on the old girl. Give her some eyeballs. Some eyeballs. So, other than that, that's about it. I think that's it. Oh, and I found, so I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, and I've 1962 Chrysler New Yorker headlight bezels, and these went to the 1923 BAT T that I made, and I want to build another one. So I'm starting to collect parts again. I don't know why, but I am. It's just something that I got to do, I guess. So I'm starting to collect parts for that, and I believe that's it. That's all I got for you guys right now. So I will probably start this video today sometime, because I'm probably gonna end up getting there if the sun comes out. I can't bring the car out because I don't want it to start flash rusting because of the rain and the moisture. So we'll see if we get there. If not, the next sunny day I'll do a video of the headlights, and then I'll post that, and you'll be able to see a little bit of how I do Frenched in headlights. And I believe we might even be able to get to the tail lights. Maybe I'll do probably just one video on the headlights and then another on the tail lights. And enjoy the I did an intro. I messed around a little bit. I did an intro. Now I'm going to do an intro to my videos, make it look more legit instead of just doing random videos. I see everybody else on YouTube and on their channels, they have a cool startup intro, and I always wanted that. So I hope you guys are enjoying that. I'm going to work on that. I'm probably going to change that, so you'll see different versions of that coming up. Other than that, everybody, have a good day. Stay safe. Happy high riding to you. And I will see you guys soon. This is Brian Wayno, Dead Sled Customs. Take it easy.
Welcome to Ron Wayno's Dead Sled Customs.